Hi everyone, this is Lizzie with Dizzy Lizzie Papery, and I'm doing, I think it's my first thrift haul sharing for junk journals. Sorry, words are hard. Full disclosure, we recently lost our sweet Boston Terrier named Rook, and we knew it was coming. We weren't sure how long we had, and we had him for 10 years, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. And on the first day, I wasn't sure I could even journal ever again. You know, you just feel so broken. And then the next day, I just put this little collage of things together, and I felt a little better. And each day gets a little bit better. So I'm not going to talk about that too much because it is hard to talk about. So anyway, that was Rook, because he was blue like the rook on a chess set castle. And I found this cute Pochaco Sanrio stuff at Goodwill the other day, and I'm a reseller as well as a junk journaler, and I thought I'd put this set together and sell it because it was so cute. But then I decided I loved it too much. And then it was perfect because then Rookie passed away, and Pochaco's this cute little teeny dog with this teeny tiny little tail, just like my Rookiford. So anyway, I took myself for some thrifting therapy, some retail therapy, but not retail because I don't buy full retail price anything anymore, pretty much, except underwear and socks. Some socks. Anyway, this is the junk journal that you all helped me build the other day, and I did start working in it a little bit without you, I'm afraid, because I just needed to, you know, dive into some of it and start just, you know, diving in by myself, which was interesting to learn about myself, that I needed, that journaling is doing something for me, for my mental sanity, and also sharing with you all is doing something for my mental sanity. And I needed to share with you. I needed to talk to somebody who gets it. So I officially finished my first January junk, which is glorious. And I love it. So it's still on my desk before I put it with my other journals because I can't put it away yet. And then I have started digging into this wonderful piece, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the cover, and then, you know, and then stuff happened, and now Rookie is the cover. So that's that. But here's my thrifting adventure, because I want to talk about that. It was so fun. This particular one, there's a mix of a couple different shops that I went to, but the one that I mostly highlight here is it's an estate sale, what's the word? Like warehouse, where it's an estate sale company the things that don't sell at their sales in homes, they then bring to this warehouse. Instead of going to the landfill, instead of going to Goodwill, which some of it probably still does, but they have this wonderful warehouse. I think they're open all the time, but they have on Facebook like invitations to special sales. And on some Mondays and Tuesday nights from 6 to 9, they have this glorious 3-hour sale. And I like to go on those because it's quiet, I'm by myself, it's dark outside, and I can just totally immerse myself in the looking and the finding, the hunting. Nothing is priced. You have to gather it all together, and then you bring it to the gentleman at the end who will tell you how much. And I did spend more than I planned and more than I wanted to, but I'm so happy and excited. It's worth sharing. So I was going to mix it up and do linens in one and books in another and paper goods in another, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you what's at the top of my pile, go through it, and hope I don't lose your interest if you're interested. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life. And even though I have perhaps not met you in person and hugged you or shaken your hand, I appreciate you in my life. Maybe you're pretend, so I don't know if it's weird, but sharing these things helps. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this wonderful book, the kind of book that, who would buy this? This torn little golden book. But it's got an orange kitty on it, so that's my first sign that it should be mine. I have 2 orange kitties who are sad to have lost their buddy, but they have also been very nurturing and comforting. So anyway, I do love to buy the books that are broken. I love them because what are we going to do as junk journalers? We're possibly going to take them apart. But I also resell. So things that are in slightly better condition, I will put up for sale because someone might want to buy it as a collector item. Someone might want to buy it to take it apart, and I do not, I just want to find the goodies and I want to share them with people who might love them. But anyway, this one I am going to keep for myself because it's an orange kitty. It is the Tiny Tawny Kitten. Look at. It's got some great staining on it. I do smell books now before I buy them and decide if I am capable of cleaning them. And this one actually doesn't have a smell, so I'm guessing it's just like foxing from perhaps humidity, but there's no mold. 1972, this is the second printing, and look at that. I love from these books, if I don't take them apart and turn them into a book, an altered book themselves, I love to cut out the pictures, the illustrations, and use them instead of buying die cuts, which I love die cuts too, and I love receiving them, but I really love also authentic, genuine illustrations. Look at how many. That is so cute. I haven't looked through all of these things either, so you're with me for that. So there's one little golden book. And Raggedy Ann. I actually already have this one that I have started to tear into, so I'm probably going to sell this one. It's a 49-cent edition. It's in pretty good condition. I'll try not to go too long on all of the things. 1972, fifth printing, 1977. Raggedy Ann is super popular right now. I've not seen a whole lot of junk journals built for Raggedy Ann yet, but I think it's coming. And these are so cute. And dogs, of course. I did use some illustrations from the the twin of this book that I have. I use some of the illustrations in some of the dog junk journals that I made. They are on my Etsy shop. And not only is the cover of them made out of 90s wallpaper border that has dogs on it, but the inside is all dog related ephemera stuff. Okay, I also found this pile of gorgeous, I'm thinking they are men's hankies. Recently, I watched a gentleman on, I think it was YouTube, but I can't find it now. And I just spent a really long time trying to find him. And I swear I subscribed and I swear I liked his video, but I can't find it in my history. But he does these amazing ASMR videos where he just lives this simple vintage life. And in the video where I found him, he was ironing his hankies. Well, he thrifted them, he washed them, and then he, you know, irons them and stores them. And these all look in great condition, and they just smell like the warehouse they were in, but I am going to wash them. And when I show you all of my linen stuff, I will show you, no, I'll just show you right now. Hold on one second. I do special hand wash most of the linens that I get if they're not just regular cotton. And especially if they are vintage and special or antique. And I use this product, Retro Clean, which I just used for the first time, recommended by Kelly, oh my gosh, Kelly Klein Quilting, who I love to watch. She does all kinds of cool projects. She does junk journals. She does repurposing old quilts. Anyway, this is a great product for washing linens, especially old ones where you need to get odors and staining out of them. I don't dislike stains for a lot of the stuff I work on, but this is a really great, safe product. I actually have my Sunbonnet Sue quilt, which you may have seen me working on Instagram a long time ago, like months and months ago. And it is soaking right now in a tote, a big plastic tote. I actually first soaked it in the bathtub, and then I soaked it again in the bathtub, and now it is in a tote soaking. Fresh water every time, and yeah, great product. So and this just is a little brass hook. This I actually got at the bins the other day. This is not the same trip, but I just love it with that little bow. So that's gonna go on my wall and hold, I don't know, probably linens. I have too much stuff, you guys, which is also why I have to sell it. Antique quilt block. This was from a different estate sale. Okay, I'm not going to go through this whole bin yet, but it's very exciting. This will be a long video, just so you know. So anyway, these old men's hankies, but of course they can be used for anything. I will probably sell these in a lot. As men's hankies, because it's a very popular resale thing, but this is something you can definitely use in junk journaling. Look at this old brown one. Love it. On the linen topic, here was one. I love to find old aprons, because for junk journaling, if you don't keep it as a artist apron, they're usually made of linens and ribbons and you know, different fabrics. This one looks like it's made of hankies, and I see a few seams, so I think it's just hanky. I don't know how old it is. I'm guessing it's old just because of the appearance, but it's very grandma core, cottage core, spring. It is very hard for me to let these types of things go. Look at this, little pockets made out of hankies. So there's so many hankies here that could turn into a hanky diary like Amity Bloom does. If you haven't seen her hanky diaries, it's amazing. She has a gorgeous digital kit that you can buy on her Etsy shop of hankies, so you can do it out of paper if you're not able to get genuine hankies. But don't forget to look for aprons and things like this that can be used for fabrics and notions. Oh, isn't that wonderful? I wish I could show it just a little bit better. But this pocket thing here, this was like, that's going home with me. There's a couple people who film their thrift trips and they say, going in the cart. I love that. Here's another book, The Puppy That Found a Home. This was the first book that I saw at this warehouse yesterday, and I just thought, apropos. And then I actually thought the next puppy we get, I may name apropos. Just this first, I don't know if you call this a plate, is, I mean, I think cover worthy of a journal. I just love it. It said Loretta, Christmas, 1948. And it was copywritten 1947, MCM XLVII. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. I love the paper, you know, whatever. The way the paper feels. I love all the images, black and white or color. You could watercolor paint them if you cut them out, or, I mean, any kind of color them. Ooh, this looks like a bad situation here. Go away, little stray, go away, I say. No, don't make me cry. He chased the puppy with a pitchfork. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Go away, little stray. Why would a little kid, the farmer's boy, scare away that puppy? Jerks. But it looks like he finds a home in the end. We'll just go right to the end. Okay, then I found lots of Americana ephemera. This is amazing. This is just the cover of a ration book. And I loved even the like watermark of the seam that held the coupons into the book. War Ration Book 2. It doesn't have a year on. Oh, yes, it did have a year. I did find it, but obviously it was 1942-ish. A lot of the things that I found. Yes, 1942. U.S. Government. Something Office? U.S. Government Printing Office, 1942. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Oh, dear. I did not follow that instruction yesterday. But I thought this was a neat piece of ephemera. I will probably keep that for my Americana books. But if I don't, I will sell that in a lot of paper ephemera. On that same topic, here's a bunch of my little paper ephemera that I found. I mean, they just have bins and bins of old glorious postcards. I'm guessing they go through the ones that are most valuable, so I don't even take the time to look them up anymore. I just pick what I love or what might be appropriate for a project I have in mind. 1907 letter from Grand Rapids, Michigan to this person in Milwaukee, which is where I am, by the way. I'm in a suburb outside of Milwaukee, from Ringe, Krekel and Company Footwear, 16 Canal Street in Grand Rapids, Michigan. My sister and brother-in-law lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan for a long time. Does have a piece of the 2-cent stamp there. Very cool. Look at this. Goodrich Transit Company, Chicago to Milwaukee. Meals and Birth Extra. Good for this season and continuous passage only. Western Union Telegraph. This was the envelope that this paper came in. Money orders by telegraph. There were little notes in here, too. And this is a note, I think, unrelated to everything else I found, because I did look at this one when I got it home. And, of course, I just loved this paper, the color, the lines. It's fairly brittle. But I'm not going to read it out loud. But it is a person who is concerned about their health making notes before they go to the doctor. I want to know exactly what's the matter as it gets no better and I feel a little worse as time goes on. And then there's other notes about what might be troubling them. It was in this envelope, but unrelated to the rest of this. Here is a handwritten letter, 1907, March 13th. It's in another language that I've not identified yet. Paper's incredible. And then this is the telegraph. Look at this. Oh. Great Northern Express Company, Moorhead, Minnesota. April 27th, 1905. So this must be different too. I've been thinking seriously about a little business proposition I have in view, but lack the available cash, which should be from $150 to $200. Your offer of assistance some time ago, if I remember right, comes back to me now, and I should like to take advantage of it. Can you do anything by me? I should not like to miss the opportunity and will repay you within a year's time with interest and part of proceeds. Let me know at once if you can do anything. I would also ask you to not disclose this letter with anyone. And then the handwritten signature, 1905. Do you guys think that's glorious? I just think, like, that right there is glorious. Just, oh, I was just in love. Okay, postcards. There were 3 gorgeous Easter cards together. This is a 1-cent stamp, May of 1910. It is in another language. I'm thinking German, but I am not sure at all. With the violets. This one has the lilies on it and convallaria, lily of the valley. Doesn't have a stamp or a date. It is to Ida, another language still. I'm thinking either Dutch or German. I wish I knew. Easter greetings. This one I might have to keep. I love them all. It's very hard. I have quite a postcard collection. It's either 1903 or 1913. 1 cent. Might be 1903. Oh, okay. It starts with hollow, hollow. If anyone knows what language that is, I would love to know. So those are Easter postcards. Then there were these amazing advertisements, which I have a lot like this in a scrapbook, but these were dislodged. They were by themselves. Clark's Mile End Spool Cotton. Find the hidden objects. The initial letters of their names will be those of Clark's Mile End is the best. Hidden objects? What? There's something there, and there, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, how cool is that? And junk journal worthy. Clark's Mile End, the best brand. these things. I love these things so very, very much. And then here's 2 of the same Ward Brothers Columbus. The World's Columbian Exposition, 1893. I mean, that's what this print is, but I don't know when the ad is from. Home Office, Chicago. Best in the World, McLaughlin's Coffee. Yep. What's that mean? I will be with you in a few days? Oh, maybe it's letting a person know that their coffee's on the way or something. There were 2 of those, so I think I'll keep one and sell one. I think I have a lot, you guys. Okay, this amazing postcard. I mean, a whole journal could be built around this subject matter. I have 2 sisters also, so this is us. 1908. Yep, 1908. 1-cent stamp to someone somewhere in Wisconsin. Marsfield. That's not far. Dear Lil, I've received your postal and was pleased to hear from you. Love it. A Joyous Christmas. I love these. They have like a shiny cover, which kind of makes the card bend a little, but there's something I love about that. And in my junk journals where I tape them, it becomes a page of its own, or it can be tucked into a pocket, or, you know, you can cut out the image if you want. Hollow again, so this must be from the same place. 1-cent stamp, 1914 it looks like. And another Christmas. This is like I don't know what you call it. I'm sure there's a special name, but it's a plastic image on top of the card, almost like, oh, look, it's coming off there. I don't want it to come off, I don't think. Maybe I do. But there's a faux stitching edge, which I love. Designed especially for Leo Call and Company. Printed in Germany. And I don't know that. Language there. Birthday greetings. This is another one that is art layers on top of the card. And this has a fuzzy felt feeling to it. Isn't that incredible? So it's embossed on the back. Wishing you a happy birthday and many more to come from Ida. Thank you, Ida. Look at this one. This was in a book. I can't remember which book, but it fell right out. And it came from France. But I don't... Oh, 1960. To Milwaukee from someone who's visiting. Just ran into this on my trip. Ooh. I mean, amazing. Loving birthday wishes. This one is taped in here with the gold. Is that gilding? I don't know what you call that. Okay, so these here were all attached to a scrapbook page, which I love antique scrapbooks and vintage scrapbook paper. I did take them off the paper. They were just simply taped on. And I keep the paper also, but it is rather brittle. And it didn't smell that great. So I did, you know, honestly, I'll be honest, for this type of paper, I give it a little splash of my favorite fabric spray, and then I leave it by my vent for as long as I can, and that seems to do away with most of the old odors. But this one did not, it didn't smell that bad. It just smells like old book. But that's for me, and I just kind of, it's all beat up, so I put it into my kind of collage grouping. And not that you want to know this, but my favorite fabric spray right now is this Downy Infusions Febreze Fabric Calm. And sometimes I will use this same scented fabric sheets to put inside old books, because it kind of helps absorb the scents from the inside spine. And excuse me for one moment, I need to repair my injury. So yeah, I love this one. Hello Young Lovers, with that little dog and the kitty. I think these were from the 40s. Because one of them had a notation that said 1940. Happy anniversary to two wonderful people. You're still on a joyride. It's plain to see. Look at that. I mean, there's entire books that you can buy online that have illustrations similar to this. But I think I love to find these individual pieces because they're going to be so unique, special, and you can use this as a page in a journal, or again, you can cut out the illustration, fussy cut it. Excuse me for one moment while I finish this Band-Aid. I suppose I could pause. That would be helpful, but I'm almost done. And every time I go near the phone, it will shake and vibrate, and that sometimes makes me queasy. Okay, drink. It is very, very cold in Wisconsin, so today my mug of choice is these artistic penguins who are eclectic and funny. Oh, and the other day at a church sale were 2 packages of these paper doilies, but I love them because I love all doilies, but these have a more vintagey pattern and a more ornate pattern, more filigreed. The pattern on the inside, it's kind of hard to see that one, but this one you can really see. So I have a package of each of these, so I'll put them in a paper ephemera lot as well. But these 2 I took out so I could keep them for myself. I'll put my drink on there. Okay. Look at this. And this is embossed, and it's got a shiny black edging, and the phone, what do you call that thing, is gold. Happy anniversary. This one I just didn't peel the tape off of yet. Those roses are gorgeous. This is a really cool parchment paper. I've seen this mentioned before, a Norcross parchment. It might be more valuable than others, I'm not exactly sure, but when I see these, I love them because they have all those aspects that we love. It's got the ASMR tactile joy. Anniversary, and it's a whole page, you know, so you could find all kinds of different ways to use it. Look at the discoloration of the back of it. I love that. Great sound, great texture. This one. Okay. Oh, 69. October 7th, 1969. This one was from. Those were all on the scrapbook, so those must be the 60s. This one was separately in a box. Look at this little soft bow. And this one said 1940. And look at, there's this inside, and if you were to untie the bow or cut it, you'd have a whole page here with this inset of paper to protect the image. I will, the way I would use something like this is as a page in a book. I would keep this connected because I love it. I just love it so much. I might turn this into a pocket. Like you could sew the side here and maybe here and tuck some secret stuff inside. And then I would probably cut just this top layer here, and you could like lift this open to be more journaling space. And then of course the back could be journaling space. It's a shiny pinstripe or whatever that's called. Okay, this was from a different store. This was a package of these napkins, cocktail napkins. And I have seen them for sale in a couple of places, so I don't know that they are all that special. I mean, I think they're special, but like, I think you can get them on Amazon. This was at my local St. Vinny's. And you could get this whole thing of napkins for 79 cents. It wasn't a full package, but obviously I like to use these for decoupage and collage, and it's a whole several scenes here which are popular in the reselling business. I don't know if it's your thing, but pheasants, ducks, geese, it's like a 90s revival. And so I will separate these and either sell them just as decoupage napkins, you know, in a set of 4 or 5, or I'll add them into paper ephemera packages. I thought that was cool. Oh, and wouldn't that go wonderfully with this? It doesn't have to be a man's hanky, but it is perhaps masculine in appearance. Ooh, that would be a great combination. Maybe I should do like a men's... Okay, too many ideas, Liz. Too many. There are too many ideas, you guys, which is glorious and intimidating at times. But that is a lovely combination, isn't it? And even with things like this, you tuck in for a color scheme, and it could be masculine or feminine or just, you know, neutral tones. A veteran who likes to hunt, maybe. Okay, so that was a fun find. Okay, we've got some more books here. Are you ready for this? I mean, prepare yourself. Let me move these out of the way. Turn that one away a little bit. Look at this marbling cover. There is no cover on the spine for whatever reason. And the guy kind of looked at me funny, like, why would you want that? But that makes me want it even more. But look at this. The marbling is on the pages. Oh. Right? It is falling apart, which I love. This is like a leather bit here. It doesn't have a marble inside plate, which, or maybe it does, but they put this paper over it. It is The Art of Railroading, or The Technique of Modern Transportation, the Prior Self-Educational Railway Series, Volume 3, Electrical Railroading. Isn't it wonderful? Electrical Railroading, Illustrated, Chicago, 1908. Copyright 1908 by Frederick J. Drake and Company, Chicago. Okay, so the pages have a lovely staining to the edges. It doesn't smell, other than book. Maybe a little bit of old book, but not gross old book. Look at this, you guys. Oh, wait, it gets better. It gets better. Look at this. Images and drawings. Okay, so what do I do with something like this? Well, first of all, I like hug it for a while and love it. But it doesn't even really feel like it's been opened all that much, you know, how you can tell? Look at these fingerprints. What does that say? 4-track catenary line. So, okay, these pages are wonderful for collage, decoupage, printing illustrations on top of. The font is great, and it's a little bit different in certain pages. Oh, that I love. That I love. Yeah, several different fonts. Again, this could be, you know, a lot of the images might be embraced in a masculine journal. Not that ladies wouldn't like it, because I do, but it's maybe not the most feminine of topics. Oh my gosh. Look at. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. The B&O locomotive truck. Is this interesting? I love it. So, yeah, the pages, I hate to take the pages out because I love this. So I wonder if it would still be cool, like if you made it an altered book journal, you know, a lot of the pages would have to be taken out really, but, it is bound by string, not glue, as far as I can tell. Let's see if we can find our signatures here. I'm not very good at altered books yet, but, you know, there's definitely YouTubers. Okay, so the spine is glued, definitely, but the signatures are sewn. Ooh, why can't I? Is this it? Yeah, that does just look like glue there. Well, anyway, we've got a combination of challenges here, but some of the signatures could be pulled out, and then you leave whole signatures or pieces of signatures, so you still get some of the marbling effect. It will take a long time for me to want to cut into something like this because of the beauty. But I don't know who would want to buy it without, you know, a labeled spine, you know, falling apart like this. It decreases in its rare book value. You know, this is exactly what I'm out there looking for, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. And so this book, for me, cost $4 at this particular spot, and it was the most expensive kind of book that you can buy there. So, well, I mean, not entirely, but it was the most expensive of all the books that I got. So $4. And there's so much that can be done with this, and it can be turned into so much. It can be salvaged into, I'll use as much of it as I possibly can. But I love finding the marbling. Anything early 1900s, of course, I love. And this was just so, I mean, this is good as decor, too. People are buying things like this for decor for their homes. Don't worry, I did already check for any sort of bugs. It is not bugs. If you do worry about that, which I don't really, but I do check for it because I'm a reseller and that would be my responsibility. But anyway, you know, if you stacked this as decor and, you know, had other things that that you would stack on top of it for your shelving or you know, your bookshelves or something. That is gorgeous. Gosh. Okay, maybe I'm just going to keep it for that. I'm undecided. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I gasped in the play. Luckily, it was a quiet event. Or people would have been looking at me funny, which I would not have cared. Anyway, that was maybe one of my favorite finds there. Next book. This one I am going to sell. It is not in great condition, so I don't know how it will sell. It is American Warplanes, which I do love Americana. All things Americana, plus this year it's quite a to-do because I love that. You know, because America is celebrating our semi-quincentennial anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And so a lot of Americana is just really popular right now. There are some great images, again, for masculine or feminine. I mean, any kind of pilot or soldier theme or Americana. Gosh, this is cooler than I thought when I looked through it quickly at the store. The paper weight and feel is wonderful. What's the year here? I love all the fingerprints. Written by Elizabeth Conger. I don't think I noticed that. And it has an embossing of Public Library somewhere in Wisconsin. Copyright 1943. Wow, so right in the middle of, kind of toward the end of World War II. Huh. Yeah, it's been in a library of some sort. But let me tell you what really sold it for me, and that is that as I as I flipped through, it opened to this Quebec, Canada. Here's where I fell asleep, and it is a leather bookmark. Isn't that amazing? And the bottom of it is formed to the book. It has been, and it stained the pages, which I love. So, you know, there's not a lot of value in a book like this other than for nostalgia and information and Americana. But I will keep this. You know, sometimes I'll find cool bookmarks and I'll sell them separately. But it's supposed to be here. I feel like it fits this book. So that would come with the book if I put it up for sale. Very cool. Okay, we've got another children's. Dumpy. This one, I'm sorry, is mine. I just, you know, I do find a lot of really great old children's illustrated books, little golden books, everything, because many of them were published and printed in Racine, Wisconsin, which is where I live. I'm out in Racine County, and John Martin's house was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So there's lots of children's books that you'll find all over the world that were printed right here where I'm from. And when I go to these estate sales and stuff, I find all kinds of just wonderful goodies. Copyright 1947, Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is where I lived when I first moved to Wisconsin. Dumpy. Dumpy the turtle. I mean, come on. Look at this. Bunnies, squirrels, trees, mushies. Everything. A little bit of everything. Again, I don't think it's very valuable because I saw several versions of it online you can find. And it's not very expensive. If you've not seen it before, look at how glorious. If you like vintage children's illustrations. Oh, chippy monkeys. Oh, my little dog loved chipmunks, and we called them chippy monkeys, and he knew that word, and he would get very excited if we said chippy monkeys. Mr. Frog, look at that. Gosh. Grandpa Frog, that's his name. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, the next two are these paper covered. Glorious Mother and Dear Old Father, and I did not know what to expect here. I just loved the blue ribbed paper. Like a pamphlet book. And I don't know how to open these safely, but they... Hold on one second. Let's get a little bit of Lysol, just in case, because I've not opened these entirely yet. But look at this amazing paper. There's some parchment. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh my goodness. Wrapped in this. I didn't even see this, you guys, with this bow. How special. This is just a folio to cover it. Wow. Okay, I'm going to cover that back up. I think this will be, these will be for sale. I thought they would make great Mother's Day or Father's Day gifts, even if they are to ourselves. It is bound just by that ribbon, looks like. Glorious Mother compilation of Samuel Francis Woolard. And the paper has this deckled, torn edge here, as I love it. Copyright 1909 by the Goldsmith Woolard Publishers Company, Wichita, Kansas. Entered at Stationers' Hall, London, England, 80,000. To my mother and the mother of my children. Whoa. And it is this, oh wow, poetry, art. I think I'll sell it. Wow. Oh, what's this now? This page isn't separated. Looks like this just needs to be separated. Or is there a pocket? Several of the pages aren't separated. Look at this. Wow. Amazing. Look at that. The farewell of a Virginia slave mother to her daughters sold into Southern bondage. Whoa. Whoa. This could be amazing. John Greenleaf Whittier. Ooh, 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 ooh. That'll make me cry. A man's mother. Okay. This might be very special. Very, very, very special indeed. Wow. Oh, there's another image on the back. Oh. Wow. And there's that pink ribbon. Wow, I'm so glad you guys are getting to witness this with me. So that is Mother. And here's Dear Old Father. There's a little rip on the bottom of this cover. It's kind of one of the things we love about our signatures and journals is the feel of this special paper. Okay, we've got this brown silk ribbon. Dear Old Father. Oh my gosh. I can't quite make out that signature. It's either Ed Davison or Earl Davison. I'd have to look that up. What year did I say? Let's see. Dear Old Father. 1910 this one is. So we're definitely an antique. I could take photos of it and digitize it. I'm not good at that. So if anyone is, this might be a great find. I mean, I think, what do you think? Oh, what have we got here? Good Fellowship, a Book of Toasts. Also by Samuel Francis Woolard. The McCormick Press, Wichita. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. A little more love for Father in defense of his son. Huh. Oh gosh, please tell me everything you guys think, because I don't know if I'm just alone. Earl Davison? I'll look it up and find out more, but I just... Now let's see what our back plate is. Oh, okay, I don't want to... Oh my gosh, I love that. Amazing. Okay, so let's see what this little edition is, and look at how it could just tuck right in like this. A Book of Toast, The Beauties of Friendship, All That's Lovely, Pictures of Memory, Glorious Mother, Dear Old Father. Oh, this must have been a set. In this volume is contained the results of the more mature research of Colonel Woolard in the realms of literature. Its contents appeal to and are appreciated by all. Cover design by James Montgomery Flagg, illustrations by E.L. Davison and Albert T. Reed. Heavy card cover, 50 cents net, limp leather bound, neatly boxed, $1.25 net, sent postage prepaid. Things beautiful. Sentiment that touches the heart. Oh! Oh, it was a whole set. It was a four-piece set, or more here. We got Good Fellowship, The Beauties of Friendship, All That's Lovely, Pictures of Memory, Glorious Mother, Dear Old Father. Holy smokes. Oh, boy. This I might have to keep. I'm not sure. Gosh, you guys, tell me. Tell me everything you think. If you want it, let me know. And I will post it for you. Okay, I'm in love with that. I am in love with that find. Look at that. Maybe my favorite piece of those, which are glorious altogether, was what fell out. Okay, that's the end of that beverage. If you know me, I gotta have something to drink at all times. Okay. About us and our friends. Look at this cute thing. This one I'm gonna sell because I have tons like it. I mean, not like this. This is unique, but look at. Well, maybe. Oh, gosh. I just love it all so much. I didn't know how much I would until I got into this hobby. It just... I don't know if it's like linking to my childhood, nostalgia. I don't know what it is, you guys, but... Just wonderful. What year? I do not know. I don't know the year on that, but that is adorable. Okay. Here, this I'm going to sell as well, I think. The Oracle, Bayview High School, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Wednesday, December 23rd, 1942. Right toward the end of the war. We have got a whole perfectly put together Christmas edition with illustrations and color. I don't have enough space here safely, but I will try to make more space to get pictures of it to put it online. We've got advertisements. We've got stories, the edges of every page. It has this wonderful newspaper edging and a Christmas theme. Very cute. Oh, I love this font of these. Very cool. I had just like briefly scanned through it. Look at this. Through the church door. Very cool. Wow, there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Bayview boys face teenage draft. Uncle Sam has called. Oh, that makes me sad. Air raid wardens receive diplomas. Wow. So that is a very cool Christmas bit of paper ephemera. It sounds good. It smells fine. Wonderful. Okay, let's do another linen. I just couldn't stop buying things, you guys. Like, everything was so wonderful. As I said already, I love aprons. Look at this. I believe it is like a hand towel with a Christmas or angel and Christmas theme that someone crafty added this gorgeous pink fabric to. Cotton. Oh dear. Oh, it's so wonderful. Okay. I haven't cleaned these yet. If you're interested in anything before I, even before I cleaned them, I could sell them slightly cheaper for having to avoid that process. Did I show this one already? This quilt block. This one has been washed a couple times already, but I need to, I haven't done it in that special retro clean yet. And I love the staining, and I actually plan to keep it. But if you love it, let me know. Give me an offer. Okay, I see a lot of these, so this must have been a thing a certain year to make these aprons. Look at this pleating with this amazing, what is that, cross stitch? Embroidery. Here's a little pocket. I love apron pockets in junk journals. Oh, I love it. I love the color, the gingham. This would go great if anyone has seen my some of my gingham journal series on my Etsy shop. Something like this would, you know, be a great decor in one of those. They just keep getting better. I mean, not one is better than another, but it just keeps giving. Look at this pocket, the rickrack, and look at their whatever sewing stitch pattern they used. I love that. I can't get mine to look that neat. So that's another reason that I like to buy something someone else. So I love to sew. I'm not good at it, which is why I love to do it in junk journals, because it's appropriate there for it to be messy and imperfect. But then to add something like this as a pocket in a journal, or a page, or even a cover of a small, like, wallet-sized journal. Now this fabric, I don't know enough about fabric, but if you do, let me know. It's just wonderful. Wonderful. Look at these. I like to take the, if I'm willing to take them apart, I like to use these as already crafted closures. Oh, can you guys see that? It's little flowers. Blue and red. Amazing. Okay. Some of the aprons I have been cleaned. I just have to post them, and I don't have those in this pile. Oh boy, there's so much to show you. Let's mix it up a little bit. You know what? These last few that I've shown you were not from this same sale, just so you know. It was from a while ago that I've not had a chance to wash yet. But from the same place, the same warehouse sale place, just from a different shopping, so it's not all one budget. Just in case you're like, oh my gosh, how could she afford this? But actually it is, to buy it this way is affordable for me. I just love it so much. Okay, let's do some lace. I have lots and lots of lace. I'm not good at totally correctly identifying age, or if it's hand done, or if it is machine made. I mean, I can pretty much say this looks machine made, but I love to find it in these little packages and estate sales, because I don't know, it just seems so special to give it another life after whoever purchased it and used it for their project and then kept it so neatly so that it could be used again. You know, I want to be its next user. This is a lot for me, so this would be cut and put into a vintage ephemera pack, junk journal pack. I have a couple. I have one vintage pack on my Etsy shop now, but I put a little bit of vintage into all my packs. Look at this one. This is like a seam binding or edging, but I love that it is cut. I would say it's vintage, but I don't know how vintage. It doesn't feel antique, but I don't, what do I know? This one also seemed older to me. Okay, all of these are machine, I think. But I just love that. And I mean, yeah, you might see it and think, oh, well, I don't know how I would use a curved something like this, but when you cut it, you can then ruffle it and it makes the perfect page edge. And I do wash this also. I soak it in a small little tub. I've done it just, sometimes I boil it. This doesn't smell. Sometimes I boil it, sometimes I use a detergent. Sometimes I'll just use like Dawn. A very, very light application of that. Okay, what else? This I got from my sister. She and her husband, own a restaurant in Kansas City. It is called The Rub. If you are in Kansas or anywhere near it, we love The Rub. And I found this and I thought, she has to have this. And their oldest son is managing it. Now they have catering, they have, mobile trucks, food trucks, and it is a lot of fun. So this apron is spoken for, but it's this really cool old, thick ticking fabric. I think it's older. Wash that up for her. That was fun. This one is mine. I mean, unless you wanted to offer an awful lot. But I think I will do an Easter cover. And I think I'll do my journal like this this size. And it will just be a gorgeous cover, I think. So it looks like it was a children's pillowcase. So really, there's not a whole lot I have to do, but wash it and figure out how to make it work. Could potentially be made into more things. If I don't use it for a journal that size, it could definitely be, even as it's folded here, it could be a couple journals this size. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, I love that. Isn't that adorable? Sorry. Sometimes I spend too much time just staring. Okay, and I had to find some embroidery, of course. This one comes with this lovely tattered crochet lace edge. Now this is an old extra large pillowcase, and I'm not always a huge fan of pillowcases if they've been well used. I don't think this one has been. Obviously I have to wash it, but great scallop on top of these wonderful little French knots. I think they're called French knots. I am not a pro. I don't know anything about it. I don't know very much about it, but I'm in love with it. And then this one comes with an added bonus of these hand-painted Disney characters. And there's more. There's another side of them. I mean, are you a Disney fan? Would you love something like this? I mean, I saw it and I thought, okay, I thought several things. First of all, I love it as it is. Someone put so much effort into this. I mean, I don't think this is commercially made. But each character could be cut out because it's a two-layered linen. They're not back in front of something. They're their own cover. I mean, that could be the cover of a journal. It could be just a character in a journal. I could cut it out and I'd probably put some more fabric backing under it, or even some batting or cotton wadding, which I even use this, the Christmas drape. I thrift for this stuff because I love the thickness of it. This was 99 cents at Goodwill. No, this was in the bins, so it was definitely not. This was probably, what, 10 cents, 5 cents at the bins. But probably put like a layer of something like this underneath it and kind of quilt it in, and then Fabri-Tac it, which, if you're not familiar, is this deliciousness, to magnet. And then you have this glorious character for your fridge, your kids to play with. Okay, I might do that and sell it. But if you want it, shoot me a price. and I'll see. Because I have grand ideas and very little actually comes to fruition. It's just in my head. The embroidery, I love also watching Kelly Klein quilting, and there's someone else I think called Julie Stitches. I mean, there's lots of people who do this, but I love watching those two ladies, even just the images of it, where they'll cut out embroidery like this, and then they will quilt it into a pin cushion, a small pillow, a doll pillow, a bookmark, or, I mean, in our instance, how perfect would it be to cut this out, quilt it into some other glorious fabrics, or not, and make a journal cover. It's perfect. So this fabric, it needs to be washed, but it doesn't look stained from being a pillowcase, which I'm not even sure anyone would care, because I think this is so wonderful. But am I alone in thinking how wonderful this is? Please tell me. I don't doubt myself. I just wonder if I'm, if I'm reading my audience or the world. Okay, let's move on to another paper good. All right, we've got some more little golden books, and these all three of these will be for sale. I have a couple little golden books on my shops, but they're really old, and no, there's a Bugs Bunny one that's not, I don't know, it's pretty old, but I might have to change my price or something, but the illustrations in it are really great. And then I have an old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is a little bit more pricey because it's a little more collectible. But then these I'll do at a better price. Wizard of Oz, I know, is super popular for junk journalers right now. It's a 69-cent edition, if that is of interest to anyone. And it was printed, it is a 5th printing, 1979. It looks a little different maybe than some that we see, but you guys, look at this. These, I mean, even if you aren't doing an entire theme of Wizard of Oz in a junk journal, you can just do a cutout, a fussy cutting of an illustration like this and use it in any junk journal. Your own junk journal of just, maybe it's a picture you love. Maybe you just love this picture. It brings back the feeling inside you of this moment in the movie. or the story, and you want to keep that forever. You fussy cut that out and you put it in your journal. Now that I just described that feeling, yeah, and little Toto's butt, I'm going to have to, I might keep that for myself. I'm just kidding. I am going to sell this one. I do have another old Wizard of Oz. This one is in great condition if you are a collector. With all the original advertisements, some people like that. Here's the back of it. It does include the Walt Disney name, so I'm not sure how much of the paper goodness can be resold. You'll have to look into that if it's of interest to you. Mr. Pufferbill, what? Train engineer. Now this would be great with some of the pages from that marbled book that we were looking at. I like this one. Oh, look at how cute is that. Copyright 1965. I wonder if it has a letter of printing. Oh, it's got an A. This might be a first edition, which means I might have to look a little bit deeper for its value. Copyright 1965. Anyway, great illustrations, scenery. It's funny. Just funny. Look at that's a great page spread right there. And you could do like little Velcro dots of characters that could be moved around the page for your own journal or a children's journal. And you can make stickers into removable characters that way with Velcro dots. I just mention it because there's so much like green. If you didn't like it just as it is, or you wanted it to be more space in a journal, that's an idea, maybe. He runs into a lot of stuff. So it is a letter A, which I, if you aren't familiar, I think indicates what edition in the printing it is. Ah, it is not in great condition here on the spine. It would make a great little golden book journal. If you've ever seen Thrifty Day, she makes some really cool ones. Lots of people do. I see them all over the place. Oh, you know what? This might be a 25-cent edition. Those are special, extra special. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. And then we've got Sesame Street. Oh, gosh, sorry. I just hit my head pretty good there. Okay. 39-cent Sesame Street, the Together book. And this one, 1971. Oh, 1971, and we've got a letter. I don't see a letter. Oh, look at how cute of a fussy cut would that be? Or just a whole page. And these words, they could be cut out and used anywhere in a junk journal. Do a quicker flip. It looks like something is running out of battery here of mine, so I might get cut off. But don't worry, I'll do a continuation because this is fun. This is one of the older 70s little golden book backs. Okay, let me see if I can show you this one super quick. Maybe it should be the beginning of the next one. Okay, I'll make it the beginning of the next one. Here's one that might be considered, I don't know, more boring to some people, but I just thought it was so neat. 1941 radio diagrams. I have seen more of these online, so if you are interested and don't want to buy it from me, which I will put it up for sale, there are more of these available. eBay and Etsy. Look at this. Look at these diagrams and the fonts. I love it. I love it. I think those make for really cool pages. Look at this font. 1941, Chicago. Very cool. Do I have time for one more? Okay, here was another piece of paper ephemera. The Village Patriot, Village Motel, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Route 20. I liked this because of these wonderful illustrations of houses and the font. This is the Village Patriot, 1967. This is a cool piece of paper ephemera with this map of the village green. Okay, that will be all for this one, but I will do a continuation when my batteries are recharged, and I will start, just to leave you hanging, with this amazing ledger book that I found that had secrets inside of it. Thanks, you guys. Love you. Bye.